Welcome to the Real Female Entrepreneurs. Today's guest brings decades of real life experience, deep compassion, and straight talk wisdom to one of the most important leadership roles of all, parenting. With over 30 years supporting families and nearly 2 decades guiding teens, she helps parents heal, grow, and build connected relationships that actually last. This is parenting with confidence, clarity, and real soul. Help me give a warm welcome to Anne Alvares. Welcome, Anne.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Hey, I'm excited too. So, tell me what you do during the day normally, because I'd really like to know this because you just don't wake up and start your business, do you?
No,
Yeah. Can you
no.
tell us?
My day is the same every day, the way that I start the day. I start the day with prayer. Uh, I give it up to God. I ask God for guidance. I show gratitude for all that He's given, all the blessings that I have. And I always ask protection over my two kids in mind, spirit, and body, that He is protecting them. And then after my prayer, I do go and do a little bit of exercising. I need to, warm up the muscles before I start the day. So I do a little bit, just a little bit of weightlifting, a little bit of stretching and things like that. Then I start getting ready for my day, you know, uh, my lemon water first before I have my coffee and have breakfast, get dressed, and then I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. And you have another job though, correct?
I do teaching. I'm a part-time teacher. I'm going back to teaching from after 17 years, over 17 years of counseling, school counseling, because I retired from school counseling. I needed to have more time because I have projects on the go and I didn't have time to do that. Plus, I have a mom to look after and my 15-year-old. I realize I only have maybe 3 or 4 more years with him. I want to spend more time with him. So I was really just trying to prioritize my life. And then so retiring early has given me the opportunity to work part-time and then have more time for my family and for my business, which is really, really my passion. So
Right.
I teach 3 days a week and then I devote the rest of the time. I still work in the evenings on my business just because I love it. And I want it to grow. So I'm very committed.
I get it. So, the reason I brought that up is because there's so many entrepreneurs out there who start and they are still working a job part time, full time, or they have two or three, four other gigs going on. And I just
Mhm.
want them to know, hey, it's okay. This is what
Absolutely.
happens. Yeah.
Absolutely. You do what you have to do. Until the money keeps rolling in, you do what you have to do.
It's exactly what it is, and that's why I brought that up.
Yeah.
So then you have your amazing business. Tell us about your business and what actually flipped the switch for you to start it.
Well, I will tell you, my story is, it starts with tragedy. Like in 2021, my husband left me, and I was devastated. Like he was suffering from depression prior to that, and I really did try to help him. It was like 3 years of going through this turbulent time in our marriage. Where he was really struggling with depression, and I was still trying to maintain the house, take care of the kids, and live a normal life. But it wasn't a normal life because he was isolating and really difficult to live with. And I leaned into God a lot during that time, but nothing I did would help him. Here, I'm a counselor, right? So I'm really taking it personally. Like, how come I can't help my husband with his struggles? But I realized that, he didn't want help from me. And I was part of the problem in his eyes. So when he left me in 2021 and I was devastated, I prayed a lot to God. Like, honestly, I just leaned into God every day because it was hard. Like, it was really, really hard going through um, the way he was treating me
Yeah.
was not healthy. And I was having a lot of financial struggle trying to keep the house with him gone. But I really wanted to keep the house because I wanted things stable for my boys. So I took on another job. It was crazy. For 3 years, I worked 2 jobs. I was exhausted. But I just leaned into God. I ended up not keeping the house. I think it was God's protection. Now that I look back, I see God was protecting me and my family, because it wasn't healthy to live that way. And it wasn't healthy for me to try to keep a house that I could not afford. So I ended up selling the house and then moving into something smaller with my boys. And then my oldest just moved out recently. So now, like, there is actually more room now. But during that time period, like, I prayed for my husband, my ex-husband now, for 3 years, every single day for 3 years. God, please bring him back. God, help him come back. That sort of prayer, like, help him to get healthy again, help him to be the man I married. And in that 3 years, I still wore my wedding ring. But I don't know. There was one moment, where I was still wearing my wedding ring, but other guys are talking to me. And I felt like I can't be wearing my wedding ring while I'm flirting with other guys, or other guys are flirting with me. This is not okay. So I had this talk with God, like, in the middle of the night. I'm like, okay, God, what's up? Like, like, I prayed for this guy for 3 years. Still nothing happened. Why, God? Why? Like I can only assume you're closing that door. And then God's words were so clear to me. He said, you still have free choice on earth. And if someone doesn't want healing, they won't get it. And that was the switch that I needed, because I felt like God had been trying. Like, we had seen each other as we were separated. He even went on a camping trip with us. So there were opportunities to reconcile, but he didn't want to. And so I released it to God, and I said, God, my life is yours now. Nothing that I thought my life would be is. So I'm giving you my life. What would you have me do? And again, God's words were super clear. He said, I want you to be part of the healing of this world. And that was so impactful. Like, the word healing spoke to my soul, because I came from childhood pain. I was abused by my father. I had so much dysfunction. My mom had mental illness, and she was really difficult to live with. And I grew up feeling not loved by my parents. And I had to heal it, because I didn't want to carry that with my own children. I wanted my children to have a strong mother that could love them from a place of overflow, not from a place of emptiness, right? And so I really worked on my healing. I got some counseling. I talked to my mom. I learned how to forgive my parents. And I focused on loving my children and being relational with them. So whatever I didn't get in my childhood, I gave it to my kids. And I realized that was the key, like the switch in changing, is embracing healing that part that you didn't get from your childhood, and giving it to yourself as an adult, and then also giving that to your children. And so my kids are very, very healthy. Like, we have a great relationship. They have really good self-esteem. They can talk to me about anything. So I realized I was able to turn it around and break the pattern that I grew up with. And I also learned more about my parents and their story, and that they actually were wounded. And that's why they were parenting the way they were. So it gave me a lot of empathy. And so that's why I was like, okay, that healing word. I'm a healed parent, and I work with teenagers all the time, and they have complaints about their parents, right? And I hear these conversations, and I know the way they think and what we do to them, how it affects them. So I know I can help parents turn it around and fix it, right? Because maybe they're repeating patterns they don't realize. that they grew up with, maybe messages or how they
Mhm.
felt about themselves, and they're carrying those wounds into their parenting.
Yeah. So you broke those generational curses and you actually help other adults do the same thing so they can communicate better with their children.
Exactly.
That's amazing. And what is the name of your business?
It's masterful parenting.
Ah, very good. I
Yeah,
love that.
you can master your parenting, parents. You can.
Oh, so I and thank you for bringing up the true fact about your relationship with your, ex, because that happens so much, and a lot of women take it personally and think they have to stay and they have to fix those situations, and they can't fix them.
It's true. It's
And
true. And you know what? Sometimes this is what I learned. I learned that sometimes what you want is actually not good for you.
mm,
But God has a bigger plan and He knows what's good for you. So when you lean into God, you're going to get what's good for you.
definitely. And the other thing is I'm gonna go back one more time because staying in that relationship isn't good, especially for the boys that you have to
Mhm.
actually see, hey, it's okay to treat a woman like that, or for a teenage girl to say, oh, well, that's just how life is.
You know, for me, what I realized was that my boys were turning into my protector.
Oh,
And that upset me because
mm,
I'm the parent and your kids should not feel like they have to protect you. That's actually childhood pain, right? Is when your kids are protecting you because you're not strong enough to protect yourself. And I realized I didn't want that. I didn't want my boys taking on the role of having to or feeling like they had to protect me. And so when it was all said and done and when the separation happened, I gave the message to my boys, I can handle this. I was really, really careful not to fall apart in front of them. I fell apart privately in my room, crying and praying, and also with my friends and my family. But with them, I sheltered that from them because I wanted them to see a strong mother that can handle anything. And that our lives are still going to be amazing, kids. Our lives are still going to be awesome. And your mom's got this. Don't worry. Right. And
yeah.
I think I was able to do that. They released that feeling of having to protect me.
Wow. And I mean, that's another thing that you teach because parents don't know how to separate that strength, first off, and then also not have the children protect them because that does happen. That's a
Yes.
natural instinct for them to do.
It's called parentification. The reason I'm aware of it is because I was parentified as a kid. And I teach my teenagers, like when I was school counseling, I teach them that's parentification. Your parents should be worrying about you. You should not be worrying about your parents,
Mhm.
right? It's the adult's role to take on the worry or the challenge, not the kid's role. So we have to be so careful. And I know it happens, like when you're going through a trauma or some life change. I know it can happen where your kids want to console you and protect you. But honestly, we have to fight against that and give them the message, we got it. We got it, honey. And we get support from other adults. We do not get the support from our children because they're so young. They should not be carrying the burdens of adults.
Oh, 100%. Oh my god. Nailed that hammer. Take the hammer and nail that head.
Mhm. Yeah.
Definitely. So you deal with young ladies and young men. Um, what would you go back and tell your 18-year-old self? I'm sure it's some of the things you've told them. You just mentioned one thing, but what is something you would go back and write a letter to yourself and tell yourself?
I think the first thing I'd say is you are worthy, even
Mm,
if you don't feel it. You still are worthy. Um, no one's opinion matters
mm,
but you and God. No one's opinion. You do not have to be a people pleaser. I was a people pleaser. You
oh.
don't have to be a yes girl. You don't have to.
Have
Uh,
have the t-shirt, bought the
You know that? You know the yes girl?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of us out there. You don't have to be the yes girl. You have a voice and you can say, no, it doesn't suit me. I can't do that right now. I need to take care of myself. It's okay to do all of that. And when you come from childhood pain, you don't think you have a voice, and you minimize your needs to help others. But I'm saying, if I was that 18-year-old again, I'm saying put your needs first, because when your needs are taken care of, then you can take care of others in the world. Yeah, you can do your mission. Yeah.
And that's one reason waking up and doing journaling and gratitude and prayer, that's the reason that you do that. That is self-care for you. Not that,
Absolutely.
people are just preaching all this. Well, there's a reason, and that's your reason why.
Yes. Yes. You have to take care of your core. Your core is really, really important because it helps you to live your life the way it's meant to be lived, not stressed, not running here and there, not worrying. When you take care of your core, you can handle things better, and you can be a better parent, honestly.
Mm. True. True. You get to be that person that can stand up and be strong and not cry in front of the kids, like you said.
Mhm. Mhm. Exactly.
Let's jump back into business for a minute, if you don't
Okay,
mind.
no problem.
What would be a game changer, okay, that you did that made a difference in you growing your business and becoming the entrepreneur you are today? Is there a strategy or is there something that you did?
Get out there. Like, for me, I was always a shy kid, and even starting the podcast scared the heck out of me. I didn't want to do it. God was prompting me to do it. I think I took 6 months after God prompted me. And he's like, what are you waiting for? But, I was so self-conscious. I was self-conscious of my voice. Can I talk? Am I able to communicate well? Is it going to work? All those doubts that clog your brain. And I say, just do it. Just take action every day, because even the little steps are going to add up. You might not, you can take a step every day towards your business, and every step is gets you closer to where you want to be. So it's the inaction that holds us back from living our dreams. So we have life rewards action. I tell that to my students all the time. Life rewards action. And every day we have to take action.
Action, taking those steps one by one.
Mm-hmm. Even if you're scared. Especially if you're scared.
So let's talk scared and confessions. Let's be open here a little bit more, if you don't mind. What
Sure.
is a myth that you wish that entrepreneurs would kick to the curb? Oh my God, just kick to the curb. Don't believe that anymore because it's clogging the brain.
Release the time frame. I think that entrepreneurs think it should be happening yesterday, but
It is, but it
yeah.
didn't happen.
Why didn't it happen yesterday? Why, what's happening, right? And I've learned. I watch I watch a lot of YouTube on my interviews of millionaires, and it didn't happen overnight. It took years. Sometimes 7, 8, 9 years, sometimes 10 years before they could grow their business to the $1 million mark. So that gave me it helped me to release the time frame, and it helped me to realize you're still living in purpose because you're doing something that is serving people. And if it grows slowly, that's fine. If it grows quickly, that's fine. There's no timeline. Just continue working towards it, but don't get yourself so caught up on the timeline. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So here's another one. So according to the timeline and thinking and looking and comparing yourself to Sally over there,
Yeah.
who Sally had instant success because
Mm-hmm.
it just happened for her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
However, I always go back and say, how long did Sally wanna do that for? And it got
Yes.
hidden and smashed down, and she just didn't do it yet,
Hmm.
alright? But
Yes.
she's been preparing the whole way to make that happen, and then boom, it happened.
Yes.
Go for it, dear. I had you were getting ready to say something.
I was just gonna, yeah, I was just thinking about Harry Potter,
Oh,
the author of Harry Potter. Like the idea of that book happened a long time ago. She had been mulling it over, right?
yeah,
I mean, it seems like, look, when we see people that are already have achieved success, we think it happened instantly, but it didn't happen instantly. And so so the idea was brewing, right? And then she had the courage, and actually the time she went through like a life crisis too,
mhm,
and she had the time to devote to it, and then she believed in it. She believed in it, and she didn't give up. She kept knocking on everybody's door. Publish my book. J.K. Rowling's, you're amazing.
yeah,
Right? And
she is.
so that's how we have to think about things, that if we really believe in it, it is going to be successful.
Mhm.
We just have to keep working and continue on the path.
Yep. I remember when we actually, started Female Entrepreneurs, one of the girls who got on the cover, she's like, "I Google you and you don't come up." And I'm like, yeah, well, it takes time, you know?
Yes.
Now you can actually Google just female entrepreneurs and we come up on the first or second page all the time. So I'm like, okay, it just takes a minute, guys. You just got
Yes.
to be patient. I wanted to do this over 20 years ago, and I
Yes.
didn't start until September 2024. And then it was July 29th when someone looked at me and said, it was actually Kari Michelson said, "Angel, what did you really wanna do?" And I told her, and she's like, "Well, do it." And so in a month, we started, and that's what happened.
Amazing.
Mhm. So just
Amazing.
know, yeah, it's an idea way
Yeah.
back when, but poof, things happen sometimes, but there is seeds sown all along that way that make it flourish.
Yes. Yes. I
Mhm.
100% agree.
You know, it just has to be one seed that you plant somewhere along the line that'll pop up, and you just
Mhm.
don't realize it.
It's true. You don't know that you don't know how it's going to transpire. Like,
Mhm.
you have an idea, but you're not sure. Is this the video that's going to go viral? Is this the sales pitch that's going to make everybody want to work with me? Like, which one is going to work? You're always testing. Like, as an entrepreneur, you're always testing to see what speaks to people. What helps people to believe that they can be healed, or they can do this parenting thing, right?
Yeah.
What's going to make people believe in me? And so we try and we test out things. That's the beauty about entrepreneurship, is there's no one path. Like, we're all we're all have different messages and different ways of delivering it, right?
Mhm.
And so the testing gives us information, and the information is what we use to continue to grow it.
Yeah, because, parenting think of parenting and entrepreneurship, starting your own business. Hey, did anybody give you a blueprint for parenting?
Nah,
No.
I
No.
wish.
You have to go out and find
I
somebody
wish.
like you who has the blueprint, am I right?
I know, right?
I mean, there are blueprints for entrepreneurship if you're willing to, like, dig through the weeds, but
Yeah.
if but most of us are like, "I got this. I can do this." We're
Yes.
DIY entrepreneurs, and, we need to find somebody just like you for parenting as well.
Mhm. It's very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of business advice out there that might not be suited to you. So that's just why the testing is important, right?
Yeah.
You've got to say, well, is this business advice going to help me? Well, it's going to help me get here, but I want to get here, right? And so it's like, okay, it got me here, but now what do I do? And so then you're always like fine tuning and trying other things.
So and we understand business coaches, but most people don't understand Parenting coaches are so important.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Like, I think here's the thing. You have to have a readiness to be coached. You have to say, I really want that. I really want a good relationship with my children. I don't want to be yelling. I don't want to repeat the patterns that I grew up with. I want to learn this, right?
Mhm.
And I've been like, honestly, I've been so fortunate. I think because I talked to teens for like over 17 years, have been talking to teens, it's given me so much information on how to talk to them so they actually listen, what they need, because they tell me, this is what I wish my mom did, or this is what I wish my dad did,
Mm.
right? And also what hurts them, what
Mhm.
hurts them that we do unintentionally. And parents are not trying to hurt their kids, but we grow up with these patterns and we don't realize actually that's damaging. When you're comparing to your older sister or younger sister, that actually hurts them. Or if you're ignoring them, that's actually hurting them. Like parents don't understand. They grew up with this. They thought it's normal. But then until somebody says, actually, that's not a healthy relationship, ignoring somebody. Would you want to be ignored? You know? Then they're like, oh, okay. Then they get a reframe of the way they look at it, right? Because
Yep.
now I can bring the child perspective to them.
So they can understand, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm doing this as an adult, but what are the children, teens, what are they really looking at? And how am I coming off too? I mean, think about
Yes.
that.
Yes. Yes. What are they absorbing? Right? That we don't want them to feel bad about themselves, but we're doing things that make them feel bad about themselves. Like even my friends, I have to say, okay, like I love you, but I want to tell you, like, the language that you're using with your son is not helping him. You know,
Mhm.
how about if you try this? And I have the words because I've been counseling for so many years. I'm like, why don't you say it this way? Right? Pose it as a question. What do you want to do with your life? I know you can do anything, but what's really deep in your heart? See, that's a different one than like you should get a job and what's wrong with you, right? That's a different conversation, right? One inspires you, one makes you feel like garbage, right? So,
That is really good. That is
right?
really good. Yeah, right. And, so you brought up something earlier, and I'm gonna bring it back all the way from the very beginning. You
Okay.
said that, you're helping your mom, you do stuff with your mom too, correct? So
Yes.
don't you find our generation is dealing with almost like raising children and helping and raising parents still too?
Yeah.
It's sort of like this weird era that we're in.
We're the sandwich generation, somebody told me.
We are.
We're in the middle. Our parents are here, our children are here, and we're in the middle, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I think it's a lot of it has to do with for me personally, I had my kids late in life. And so that's why I still have my kids at home, or at least my youngest son is still with me at home. And and then my mom's getting older, uh, and she needs me more. So it is just the way it is. But like I would not change anything. I realized I had my kids when I was ready.
Mm.
And maybe if I had them younger, well, first of all, I wouldn't have the beautiful kids I have. They'd be some other kids. And then and secondly, I wouldn't have been ready. But because I waited for them, it made me appreciate being a mom and wanting to do the job the best I could, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes when you have them young, you don't know yourself well enough. You don't have confidence, um, and and uh, and you have to still learn that. But I was fortunate having. I don't mind that I'm an older mom because actually my kids keep me young anyway.
I'm like, "You look young, so don't worry about it.
I don't worry about it.
You look young. Don't worry
Oh,
about it."
thanks.
Alright, so I brought that up about with your mother and your children because I wanna know, how are you balancing everything between your you're still working part-time. You have this amazing business that you have, and
Yeah.
you have the children, you have your mother, and you have your children. How are you balancing it all? And you mentioned friends. Oh my
Yeah.
God, who has time for friends?
I
You
know.
rock. So tell me
Well,
how you do this.
I am a master of time management, I have to say. And the reason, I'll tell you why. A long time ago, I when my oldest was a baby, I watched an I watched an Oprah show, and Oprah said, one of the gifts you can give your kids is living your dreams. Because
Oh,
when you live your dreams, you're giving your kids permission to live their dreams, and you're being a role model. That stuck with me because I love teaching, but I always wanted to be a school counselor. So when my baby was a baby, when my oldest was a baby, I went back to school to be a school counselor. And it was hard. It was the hardest schooling I ever did because I was balancing being a mom to my baby, working part time, and then doing school. And the school, I would just be like, whenever he had a nap, or at nighttime, I'd be working on schoolwork. So I cut out TV. I cut out all the non-essentials. Okay,
mhm.
I didn't do any TV at all. And so my day was organized according to the priority, and the priority was take care of my baby, work, and finish my schooling. And that taught me how to prioritize my time. So I'm a very good manager of time, but I also have learned self care. So I've had to learn that because I had a health scare like in 2020. So now I'm like, okay, you did too much. You need to take a rest. And so I will take times where I will rest. But now that my children are older, I actually find that the time, I have the time. The time is there. So they don't need me as much. Not like when they were little. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and it's just different. Now you devote some more time to your mom and different
Yes.
things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And she
Yeah,
lives close by. So it's easy. She doesn't live in a different province or anything like that, state. Yeah.
so really close. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the balancing, so let's go back to the TV portion 'cause I'm just gonna nip this in the bud now.
No problem.
Um, do you watch TV again, or are you still on very limited TV? I think you mentioned you like YouTube. I too, because it's short and controlled.
Yes. Yes. I like short things. But I will confess, over the winter break, I did take some time to finish up my series on Netflix that I had started, I don't know, 3 years ago or something, 4 years ago. Emily in Paris. I just love that.
Ah,
It's such a good drama and
it
romance,
is.
whatever. So I finished that. I did do binge watching. I told
Yeah.
my oldest, I've been binge watching Netflix since you moved out. He's like, okay, mom. So yeah, I will confess, I have times when I do. I'm not as strict with my time management, but still in that time period, I was still productive. I was able to finish my book. My book is going to come out at the end of this month. So
Yay! What's the
yes,
name of the book?
the name of the book is Heal Your Childhood, Reclaiming Your Worth, Voice, and Future.
Oh, that is gonna be amazing. We're adding it to the book list for sure.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So
That is
yeah,
great.
just be consistent. You can have times where you're like, I'm gonna devote 2 hours to binge watching, 3 hours to binge
Right.
watching, but then go back to the plan. Like, I want to finish my book. I want to do this, right? Again, prioritizing.
So I find I, go into the romantic comedy, type thing, especially when I'm like, "Oh, whatever," and so I'll just watch that, but there's always a computer on top of me or a pen and paper, so I'm always jotting things down, so I have a tendency sometimes to binge watch, but I'm not the girl that just sits there and, like, in front of the TV and zones out. I couldn't do that for, like, whatever, but I could do it all during Christmas because I really it's just like just it's like a
Christmas, you
no-brainer.
can do it at Christmas. Don't worry.
Find your no worry time when you can.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
All
Oh.
right. Advice to other entrepreneurs who are standing there, either probably ready to throw in the towel and go, "Oh my word, it's just been too much. I'm over."
You have to believe in what you're doing. That's the key. Like if your purpose, oh, this is Viktor Frankl. I just love Viktor Frankl. He's a Austrian psychologist, right? He's passed away now, but his story inspires me and his words inspire me. And he talks about you have to find a bigger purpose that will fuel you. And if the purpose is really big, right? Like mothers know this because they sacrifice a lot for their kids. They'll be like, I want my kid to go to university. So they'll work double shifts or they'll work extra time, right? Because the purpose is bigger than them. It's their kids, right? Maybe your purpose is generational wealth. Maybe your purpose is leaving a legacy. Maybe your purpose is changing the world, healing the world. If your purpose is big, you will not give up because it's too big to give up. So that's my advice to entrepreneurs. Have a big purpose. Know your why. Know your why. Why am I doing this business, right? And then make it about purpose. Say this is the purpose that I want to achieve. And that should motivate you. That's what motivates me, honestly. You know, I see parents need help and I know I can give it. So I'm going to keep giving it, right? I'm going to keep offering, keep offering, keep offering, and something's going to happen.
It's gonna
Yeah.
click and it's just
It's
gonna
going to
go.
click. It's going to be like remember, life rewards action.
It
So
does. It
take
does.
it's not acting that stifles your life. But if you are purposeful, you know your why. Why am I doing this?
Mhm.
I want to serve people in a big way. Whatever it is, whatever your why is, let that fuel you. But take action every day. That's my advice.
All right, you already told us a whole lot. However, I wanted to hear something unexpected that we wouldn't expect from you that, would surprise people. Have you done anything crazy or
I was gonna say, I think people see me because I'm so like out there and and I do like to socialize, but actually I really am a bit of an introvert. I actually like my alone time, my home time, my peace time. I really, really value that, especially like I find that as I get older, it's so funny. Like the more secure you are with yourself, the
yeah,
more you value time by yourself.
I hate to say this, yeah, everybody sees me as this outgoing, high enthusiastic person, always there, but I mean, even do when I'm doing I mean, you have to realize, I mean, you have to have this alone time to put this together and to do everything and write books and
Yes,
everything. You have to have that quiet time.
you do. You do
Yeah. And
for
well,
sure.
and I believe that is the thing that feeds us to be when we're in front of people, just be who we are naturally so we can rejuvenate.
Absolutely.
It's a battery charge.
Fill up the fuel tank.
The battery recharge, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
let's talk about, some exciting recharged music. So, what do you get you in the mood to pump up the volume? What music do you listen to?
I really like the song uh, Unstoppable.
Great
That's really,
song.
really motivating.
Mhm,
I love dance music. I don't know. It always changes my mood and my energy. And I do enjoy dancing too. I can't
mhm.
actually have music on without dancing. I've got to like move somehow, even in the car.
I know people drive next to me going and I have a little red Mini Cooper, and I'm always, like, popping, and I'm sitting there like, "Oh god."
I know, right? Like,
Totally.
how do you listen to music and not move? I don't know. It's supposed to be good for you, parents. You know, I
Yeah.
have a therapist. She's a dance therapist, and she was
Mhm.
on my podcast, and she said, dance is therapy.
It is.
Moving is therapy. And I totally agree. Like it just lifts up your mood when you hear good music and you dance.
It does. And
Yeah.
what's the name of your podcast?
My podcast is Masterful Parenting, same as my
Again, there
business.
we go.
Yes. Yeah. It's all
Very
over the
good.
place. And
All
YouTube.
right.
My YouTube channel is Masterful Parenting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love when you have the YouTube and the podcast. It just everything links up so perfectly. All right. What
Yes.
about books that you love and build you up? We already know you have your own coming out. Say it again. What's the name of it?
Yes, Heal Your Childhood, Reclaiming Your Worth, Voice, and Future.
All right. And so do you have another book that you love of books?
So I love this one. Can you see this one? The
Oh, yeah.
Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren. It's one of my favorites, actually. It's just about how when we find purpose in our lives, it is what God wants for us. And it actually helps us to live more fully, right? Um,
Mhm.
when you live in purpose, and you have meaning of why you get up, the why of you getting up, it fuels your life. It gives you energy for life. So that's one. I love this one, the Feel Good Therapy. I know this is old, but
I
David.
know I never ever read that one. That one's good?
Okay, so this is really, really good if you're struggling. I do a lot. This is cognitive behavior therapy, which is changing the way you think about things because our thoughts are not real, and we tend to think negatively about things. Right? I can't do it. That's impossible. All that kind of thing. But Dr. David Burns, he uncovers the way to healing is to feel good. The way to change your life is to focus on feeling good. And so that's you got to figure out what makes you feel good. And that is going to help you change the way you think, right? So
That
Dr.
mindset. Flip the
Dr.
switch.
David Burns, he's amazing. And then my last one is the greatest man who ever lived.
Oh,
The greatest man who ever lived. Guess who that is? Jesus.
it
And
is.
he it's a business book
Yeah.
because Jesus was in the business of people. Like,
And what
how do
builds
you get,
everything is those relationships, correct?
he was about he was a master of relationships. He was a leader, but not in a forceful way. He inspired and he taught. And actually that, it's actually a business book. So it teaches you how Jesus was like a master businessman because he grew his business globally, right? Christ is everywhere. So that inspired me a lot too, and got me to think more relationally how we are with people. If we are loving people, if we are good to people, if we take the time to understand people and not
Mhm.
judge people, that's how we get them on board, you know?
Mhm.
Um, so he was the master.
He was the master of relationships, and so, yeah, just making it happen, and to me, that's why he was so good at what he did.
Yeah, I always say that that we can we've he came here to teach us, and it was only one thing, and he taught us how to love ourselves and love others and love God. How to love. That's basically it. And that's what relationships are. It's like I'm going to focus on loving this person even when they're not being healthy, you know? I'm going to focus on how can I love this person more? Another Viktor Frankl quote is the only way to change a person in their innermost core of their personality is to love them.
Oh,
Love is the greatest healer. loving yourself if you lived with childhood pain, loving your kids more. And I mean loving, not in the loving, like kind of airy fairy thing, but trying to understand them and trying to help feed uh, the care, the care for them, and be their teacher and mentor. So yeah, that book was very inspiring to me.
So, do you have any other quotes?
Oh, my quotes! I have so many. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength.
Yeah.
And I live by faith, not by sight. Two biblical quotes.
Very good. Both of them are amazing, and both of them we should live by.
Exactly.
All right. On a funner, lighter side, wonder if you had a superpower for just 24 hours. That's all you have it for. What would it be?
Oh my gosh, this is dangerous. Um, well, because I'm in the business of healing, I would say that I could heal people like that.
I could just wave my hand and it just happens, right?
You are healed.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
No
So, I
more
mean
bitterness, no more anger, no more holding on to negative emotions. You
God
are
can do that if we ask the right way.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah, that'd probably be my superpower.
All right. That's a great, great superpower. All right. Motivation on demand. Boom. You have to have it. What do you do?
Um, I pray a lot.
Mm,
Since I think this is part of the reason why leaning into God is so good. Because of that devastating event that happened in my life, um, God is like my go-to.
mm,
And so uh he motivates me. I'm like, okay, God, what's next? Like, because I know this is your mission, the healing of the world. That's what you commissioned me for. So what's next, God? What's my next move? What should I do? And then I'll get an idea. It'll be like, do a post on this, or write something on this, or start your book, or it'll be so weird. And then I'll be inspired. I'll be like, okay, God, I'm on it. Like the obedient daughter. Yes.
okay,
Right?
I won't binge Netflix.
Yes, I will do it. I will do it, Daddy.
I'm not gonna Netflix binge.
Yeah, yeah. And I get inspired by other people that are serving. Like I get inspired by so many women.
Mm, mm,
Actually, women do. I have women moms give me the drive,
yeah.
because I know what it's like. It's hard. Sometimes it's really hard. And also not to know what to do, and not to understand how your pain is showing up in your parenting. Because my pain did show up in my parenting in the early years. It wasn't overnight, parents. I had to go through the process and understand, oh yeah, I'm being too controlling. Oh yeah, I'm directing too much, right? But my kids told me, they're like, Mom, why can't I do, they would correct me. And because I wanted to be relational with them, I listened to them. I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I am being too controlling, right? Maybe I
Mhm.
am directing too much. I remember my oldest, he said to me, Mom, when you ask me, I want to do it. But when you tell me, I don't want to do it. That was the shift. He actually helped me. So I was like, okay. So then from then on, I always ask, honey, do you think you could help me with this? Or do you think you could do your homework now? Or what do you think about brushing your teeth now? And it changed everything, because now he didn't have resistance, because I was directing him. I was inviting him. Questions invite, right? That's one of the
Mm.
strategies I tell parents. Use a question because it's an invitation, right? Yeah.
Questions always the biggest thing. And I mean, obviously, you and I love questions. We
Yes.
have a podcast, so we're used to asking them. Like
Yes.
there's no. All right.
100%.
So, what's the best way for our audience to stay connected with you?
Okay. I am all over social media. So you can DM me on all any of my platforms like YouTube, um, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. That's where I'm at. You can also email me at masterfulparenting@outlook.com. And yeah, I think that's the easiest way to get a hold of me. But yeah, just DM me or email me. And my website is annealvares.com.
Awesome. So AnneAlvarez.com, and that's it.
Mm.
That's how they get to you. Do you have any giveaways or
Oh,
like
so I offer parents a 30-minute parenting session, a helping session. So maybe you have a question, parents, like maybe you're going through something with your teenager and you're not really sure how to handle it, or you don't know the words to use with your teen, then you can book a call with me. It's free, 30 minutes, and then I will help you with whatever you need
yeah.
in
And
that
is
time
that right
period.
on your email?
Yeah,
It's right on
it's
your website?
it's all on my socials. LinkedIn. Yeah, you can just book it right there. The calendar link is on all of my social media.
Awesome. All
Yeah.
right. Leave us with a mic drop moment because I know you have one for our entrepreneurs out there.
Never give up. If you believe in what you're doing, it's going to see results.
Yep.
Just hang in there.
Yep. That's it.
That's it.
Anne, you are amazing. Thanks for being on here. I appreciate it. Yes.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. I hope you found inspiration, actionable tips, and a sense of connection with our incredible community of driven women. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share the episode with fellow entrepreneurs who are ready to elevate their game. Remember, your success is just the beginning, and we're here to support you in every step of the way. Until next time, keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, you have the power to create the business and life of your dreams. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.